Cloud platforms in MuleSoft. Now we are focusing on cloud platforms. The hardware and operating environment of a server in an internet-based data center. The system software components, OS, virtual machine monitor, etc. are called the cloud stack. The software infrastructure for a cloud computing service, which includes applications that let users create and manage their own accounts. As an example, we can consider OpenStack. OpenStack is a free, open standard cloud computing platform. It is mostly deployed as Infrastructure as a Service (IaaS) in both public and private clouds, where virtual servers and other resources are made available to users. The software platform consists of interrelated components that control diverse multi-vendor hardware pools of processing, storage, and networking resources throughout a data center. Users manage it either through a web-based dashboard, through command line tools, or through RESTful web services. As example 2, we can consider here you can say Amazon Web Services. Amazon Web Services Inc. AWS is a subsidiary of Amazon that provides on-demand cloud computing platforms and APIs to individuals, companies, and governments on a metered pay-as-you-go basis. These cloud computing web services provide distributed computing processing capacity and software tools via AWS server farms. One of these services is Amazon Elastic Computing Cloud EC2, which allows users to have at their disposal a virtual cluster of computers available all the time through the internet. AWS's virtual computers emulate most of the attributes of a real computer, including hardware central processing unit (CPUs) and graphics processing units (GPUs) for processing, local RAM memory, hard disks, SSD storage, a choice of operating systems, networking, and preloaded application software such as web servers, databases, and customer relationship management (CRM). As an example 3, we can consider parameter connection. The connection types to provide this configuration: Azure Service Bus in Azure Service Bus Connector 3.2 Mule 4. Anypoint connector to this is a anypoint connector for Azure Service Bus. Azure Service Bus Connector enables message integration with Azure Service Bus on the cloud. Here you can now we are considering Anypoint Platform PCE components in Anypoint Platform PCE overview in Anypoint Platform Private Cloud Edition. The following table provides the component information for Anypoint Platform PCE. Polymer list. Anypoint Runtime Manager enables you to track and manage your deployed Mule applications. Runtime Fabric Management, including Security Edge and tokenization, automates the deployment and orchestration of corner-hosted Mule applications and API gateways. Anypoint API Manager enables you to manage the registers API. Secrets Manager stores and manages secrets for supported Anypoint Platform services. Endpoint Exchange enables your organization to share various assets for reuse across integration projects. Access Management enables you to create Anypoint Platform account or configure external federated identity. Anypoint Design Center, excluding Flow Designer, enables you to create API specifications in several modeling languages and to create RML API fragments. Anypoint Analytics Insights provide in-depth visibility into business transactions and events in mobile Mule apps deployed to Cloud Hub and on-premises services. Anypoint Analytics Anypoint Visualizer enables you to explore your application via an application network graph. Anypoint Analytics API provides insight into how your APIs are being used and how they are performing. Endpoint Monitoring provide visibility into integrations, Mule flows, and compares in application network. Object Store version 2 allows Cloud Hub application to store data and state across batch processes, Mule compares, and applications either from within an application or by using Object Store REST API. Endpoint MQ, a multi-tenant cloud messaging service that enables you to perform advanced asynchronous messaging scenarios between tenant applications. API Testing provide the testing framework that enables you to easily build automated tests for your integrations and APIs. Now we are considering Anypoint Platform Cloud Edition to 3.2.2 release notes. In Anypoint Platform Private Cloud Edition release notes in Anypoint Platform Private Cloud Edition. Here what's new. This version Anypoint Platform Cloud Edition Anypoint Platform PCE contains security and vulnerability fixes. This release adds support for RHEL 8.7 and 8.8 releases. This release adds support for API Console Proxy trusted domains. For guidance on how to add new trusted domains, see trusted domains in documentation. This release adds a 30 minutes account locking after 100 failed local user logging attempts. Here you can see Anypoint Monitoring in supported configuration for Anypoint Platform PCE in Anypoint Private Cloud Anypoint Platform Cloud Private Cloud Edition. These are the enhanced API Analytics monitoring limits. API summary metrics, retention 1 year. API IP address metrics, number of IP addresses per API per minute, limited to 20 unique API IP addresses, retention 1 hour. API endpoint matrices, number of endpoints per API per minute, limited to 100 unique endpoints, retention 1 hour. Here you can see unsupported Anypoint monitoring features in Anypoint monitoring on Anypoint Platform PCE in Anypoint Platform Private Cloud Edition. Anypoint PCE does not support does not the support of the following Anypoint monitoring features. Support for Mule 3.8.x, log management as alternative to use your server logging capabilities or a third party vendor like Splunk. Increased storage capacity. This capacity is not required because the archive API is not supported. Archive API, this is not applicable because log management is not supported. And API functional monitoring as an alternative to use third-party vendors such as Pingdom. The tools option in the left-hand menu is not available. Here you can see supported environments in environment prerequisites in Anypoint Platform PC prerequisite in Anypoint Platform Cloud Edition. The following environments are only the only environments supported by the Anypoint Platform Private Cloud Edition, Anypoint Platform PCE, VMware Bare Metal Virtualization, Physical Servers, Amazon Web Services, AWS. If you are using AWS, perform the steps provided in Provision AWS prerequisite in documentation. Now we are considering install Anypoint Platform Private Cloud Edition, Anypoint PCE in installation workflow in Anypoint Platform Private Cloud Edition. To install Anypoint Platform PCE, my MuleSoft professional services must be involved throughout the installation process. Prior to installation, you have your infrastructure team verify that the required infrastructure is correctly installed and configured as described in the product prerequisite in the documentation. Now we are considering delete the local user after installing Anypoint Platform PCE in configure Anypoint Platform PCE in Anypoint Platform Private Cloud Edition. During installation, Anypoint Platform Private Cloud Edition, Anypoint Platform PCE, create a local Anypoint Platform user that enables you to configure platform components during the installation. The credentials for this user are stored locally in Anypoint Platform. However, after configuring an external authentication provider such as LDAP, you should delete this user to improve security. Before deleting the local user, perform the following. Install and configure your external identity provider. Ensure that the system admin user is not the owner of any other organizations. To select the new user to whom you want to assign administrative privileges. This user must be defined in your external identity provider. 3. Determine whether determine the internal user ID for this user from Anypoint Platform. Select the access management. Select users and then select the name of the user. Record the internal user ID and this ID applied to a URL. 4. Enter the Gravity shell. Then you give the command gravity space enter. 5. Identify one of the identification server containers. kubectl space get space products space -n space access management space l space component equal authentication server. 6. Change the owner providing the internal authentication server container and user ID obtained earlier. kubectl space exec space -it space -n space access management and authentication server prod space -c space application space space node space bin /change _owner .js space new owner id user ID. This command change the owner from the default system user to new new user managed by the external authentication provider. This command to use the command you should use be similar to the following here. kubectl space exec space -it space -n space access management authentication server prod space -c space application space space node space bin /change _owner .js space new owner id space A363279F-982F-493C-B08F-9FB91BE90D4. Disable and delete system admin user. Login as the user you just added as the organization owner. From the Anypoint Platform, select access management, select users, select username in the same row as system admin, and delete select disable and then delete and then select delete. This remove the default user from the platform. Now we are considering create a backup in configure backup and restore your for Anypoint Platform PCE in managing Anypoint Platform PCE in Anypoint Platform Private Cloud Edition. To create a backup, run the following command on any node in the cluster. Here gravity backup /var /lib /gravity /parent /share backup.tar.gs. This command creates an archive of the current system state in /var /lib /gravity /parent /share backup.tar.jz. You can pass the following optional parameters to the gravity command, gravity backup command. -- follow the output, the backup jobs log to SDD out. In the following example here, TEE enables you to output the STD out and the file at the same time. Timeout specify the deadline for backup jobs, for example 30s or 5M. Default is 30M minutes. Now we are considering MuleSoft professional services required in upgrade workflow in Anypoint Platform Private Cloud Edition. Contact MuleSoft professional services prior to upgrading. MuleSoft professional services must be involved throughout the upgrade process. Before an Anypoint Platform Private Cloud Edition, Anypoint Platform PCE upgrade is performed, you must verify that your working installation meet an additional requirement of the new Anypoint Platform PCE version, such as opening additional ports or adding a new port at the load balancer. When upgrading from the previous Anypoint Platform PCE version, all policies available in the previous version remain. Policies are not replaced, but additional policies might be included in the upgrade. Refer the About Anypoint Platform PCE in documentation for additional information about policies included in the Anypoint Platform PCE. Refer to the Anypoint Platform Private Cloud Edition release notes in the documentation for additional information about the most recent Anypoint Platform PCE version. Now we are considering features included in the government cloud overview in government cloud. The MuleSoft Government Cloud includes full functionality of the Anypoint Platform runtime plane services and Mule runtime engine, and the subset of Anypoint Platform control panel, browser-based management and of APIs and runtime engine instances functionality. Government Cloud supports the full API-led connectivity methodology and end-to-end API lifecycle management. The feature to deploy an API proxy to hybrid agent is not available in Government Cloud. MuleSoft Government Cloud supports Mule runtime engine version 1.9 and the later with some restrictions. Government Cloud supports the Mule runtime engine TLS release channel. The Mule runtime engine H releases channel is not supported as it is not in the FedRAMP approved. Because the MuleSoft Government Cloud does not support Mule agent with the self-signed certificate. Specific versions of government's Mule agents are required. Mule 3 version 1.12.0 and later supported only for cloud deployment. Mule 4 version 2.2.0 and later. For more information about creating servers with the FIPS support, refer to Add Servers to Runtime Manager in the documentation. By default, in Runtime Engine is configured in the FIPS compliant mode. Although Anypoint Studio is not part of the Government Cloud, you can use Anypoint Studio offline to build application and then manually deploy them to the Government Cloud. Now we are considering FedRAMP compliance in security in MuleSoft Government Cloud in Government Cloud. MuleSoft Government Cloud meets all the FedRAMP security and compliance standards. FedRAMP provides an standardized approach to security assessment, authorization, and continuous monitoring for cloud products and services used by US government. Mule4 connectors that are verified for FIPS compliance can be found in the Anypoint Exchange at assets provided by MuleSoft. Following modules are FIPS compliant: compression, crypto, Java, JSON, OAuth 2 provider, scripting, Spring, validation, and XML. A partial list of FIPS 140-2 compliant Cypress suites supported by MuleSoft Government Cloud is provided in FIPS 140-2 compliant support in the documentation. A third-party assessment organization 3PAO perform the security assessment following guidance in the National Institute of Standard and the Technology NIST 800-37 publication. The security assessment validate the management, operational, technical security control to use to protect their confidentiality, integrity, and availability MuleSoft Government Cloud and the data it stores, transmit, and processes. MuleSoft obtained in the FedRAMP agency authority to operate ATO at the moderate impact risk level. Now we are considering set up your government cloud account in government cloud. After you set up your account, government cloud works with your identity provider IDP to enable single sign-on SSO for users in your agency. Instead of using the Anypoint platform sign-in page, your users sign into the SSO system to access Anypoint platform. When you purchase government cloud, your customer success manager send you an onboarding instruction and access to the MuleSoft Help Center to configure your IDP to work with government cloud. Verify that you have access to the support portal. If not, contact your customer success manager for credentials. In the support portal, click the create new case, enter your support center credentials, click login. Request to configure an external identity provider for your organization to enable SSO. Provide the required information, your IDP and the additional information if applicable. For required information, see the documentation that supplies to SSO standard. You use OpenID Connect SAML. Using the information you provide, MuleSoft supports configure IDP to enable SSO for your organization. Important, government cloud does not support the configuration of local users, for which usernames and encrypted passwords are stored outside the government cloud. Now we are considering route external request to a dedicated load balancer in dedicated load balancer configuration in government cloud. A Mule government cloud dedicated load balancer provides an alternative domain name to route the HTTP request to Mule application listening on port 8091 and HTTP request to Mule application listening on port 8092. You can also use mapping rules to rename request to the government MuleSoft government cloud dedicated load balancer to a different Mule application domain name. Mule government cloud dedicated load balancer exposes an external domain name that resolve to the public IP address that are accessible from the outside of your Mule government cloud Anypoint VPC network. LB name is the name you gave to the load balancer when you created it here. Here underscore lb-name.lb-gprod-rt.anypoint-dns.net. Now we are considering government cloud IPsec settings in Anypoint VPN configuration in government cloud. Anypoint VPN supports the following IPsec settings in the government cloud environment. IKE version 1, IKE version 2 for root-based VPN only, AES 128 or 256 bit encryption operating in the CBC and GCM, SHA-2 256 384 512 hashing, Diffie-Hellman PACE 1 groups 1421, Diffie-Hellman PACE 2 groups 14-21, timeouts for IKE version 1, IKE PACE 1 lifetime 28,800 seconds 8 hours, IPsec PACE 2 lifetime 3,600 seconds 1 hour, timeouts for IKE version 2, IKE PACE 1 lifetime 28,000 seconds 7 hours and 50 minutes, IPsec PACE 2 lifetime 30,000 seconds 50 minutes.